Hi, in this video, we will have a detailed discussion on the part of the balance sheet that constitutes assets. So here to the left of the screen, the part of the balance sheet comprising assets, we have under the first head non-current assets and the second one is current assets. Now, before we go on to non-current assets and current assets, let's revise what an operating cycle is, and also we will see the relationship which operating cycle has to non-current assets and current assets. So as we've earlier seen, operating cycle refers to the time taken between the acquisition of assets for the purpose of processing and its final conversion into cash and cash equivalents. And if the operating cycle cannot be determined, it is assumed to be 12 months. Now, what is the relationship between operating cycle and non-current assets and current assets? A current asset refers to an asset that can be realized within 12 months of the date of the balance sheet or the period of the operating cycle, whichever is more. And an asset which is not a current asset is called a non-current asset. So assuming that the operating cycle is 18 months, so the benchmark is 12 months or 18 months, whichever is greater, so that's 18 months. And an asset which has to be realized within 18 months of the date of the balance sheet will be a current asset, and an asset which will be realized after 18 months from the date of a balance sheet will be a non-current asset. And again, where the operating cycle is less than 12 months, let's say 10 months, then the limit will be 12 months or 10 months, whichever is greater, and therefore will be 12 months. And any asset which will be realized within 12 months from the date of the balance sheet will be called a current asset, and an asset which will be realized after 12 months from the date of the balance sheet will be called a non-current asset. So we've seen the relationship between non-current assets and current assets to the operating cycle. Now we'll go into each of this in detail. Let's begin with one, non-current assets. Non-current assets comprise of fixed assets, non-current investments, deferred tax assets, long-term loans and advances, and other non-current assets. So we'll discuss each of this in detail. We'll begin with fixed asset. Fixed assets is in turn subdivided into tangible assets, intangible assets, capital work in progress, and intangible assets under development. Examples of tangible assets: land, building, machinery, furniture and fixtures, computers, motor vehicles, office equipment, and others. Intangible assets include goodwill, brands and trademarks, computer software, mastheads and publishing titles, mining rights, copyrights, patents and intellectual property rights, services and operating rights, recipes, formulas, models and designs, and licenses and franchise. Let's understand what capital work in progress is. It refers to a fixed tangible asset under construction. To give you an example, building under construction will come under the head capital work in progress. Intangible assets under development. It refers to fixed intangible assets of the like of patents and intellectual property rights under development. So we've done with fixed assets. Well, let's move on to non-current investments. What are non-current investments? They are investments which are held not with the purpose to resell, but to retain them. They have to be classified as trade investments or non-trade investments. We'll see examples of non-current investments. They include investment in property, investment in equity instruments, investment in preference shares, investment in government and trust securities, investments in debentures and bonds, investments in mutual funds, investments in partnership firms, and other non-current investments. Let's move on to deferred tax asset. Now we've already seen the meaning of deferred tax. Every year the accounting income is compared with the taxable income, and if there is a difference between the two, which is temporary in nature, the income tax on this difference amount is referred to as deferred tax. Now what is deferred tax asset? Where the accounting income is less than the taxable income. The tax on the difference between the two is referred to as deferred tax asset. Long-term loans and advances next. The following come under this head: capital advances, security deposits, and other loans and advances. Capital advances, we are talking about advances made for acquisition of fixed assets. Security deposits, these are deposits given for a long period. Deposits with electricity supply company, deposits with custom authorities, and deposits with telephone company. And other loans and advances, long-term loans to employees, long-term loans to suppliers, and long-term advances to subsidiaries. Under the head other non-current assets, we have insurance claim receivable and amount receivable for the sale of assets. We'll move on to current assets. The current assets comprise of current investments, inventories, trade receivables, cash and cash equivalents, short-term loans and advances, and other current assets. Let's begin with current investments. These are investments which have to be converted into cash within 12 months of the date of purchase of the investment. Examples include investment in equity, investment in preference shares, investment in government and trust securities, investments in debentures or bonds, investment in mutual funds, investment in partnership firms, and other current investments. The following come under the head of inventories: raw materials, work in progress, finished goods, stock in trade, stores and spares, and loose tools. Also goods in transit. Under trade receivables, we have sundry debtors and bills receivables. Under the head cash and cash equivalents, we have balances with banks, checks or drafts in hand, cash in hand, earmarked balances with banks, that is, example is unpaid dividend, balance with banks held as margin money, and also bank deposits. Short-term loans and advances refer to loans and advances which are realizable within 12 months of the date of the balance sheet. Under other current assets, we have prepaid expense, dividend receivable, advanced taxes, and interest accrued on investment. So we've seen in detail the part of the balance sheet comprising of assets and the contents under the head of non-current assets as well as current assets.